Hey guys, today I'll be showing you some less talked about features in Antigravity so you can up your game and use it even better than before. So, to begin, did you know that you can use your voice to actually prompt the model to prompt the agent? And it's all in this button. Actually, we use it quite a lot because it's easier than writing. I have many ideas. I just speak and you'll find it there. So the cool thing about it is, for example, if I say, explain to me the Fibonacci sequence, all right? So yeah, and then you can add another, explain it to a 5-year-old, and then you can add another, and another. If we send it, as you can see, it will read and it will generate a response based on what I said. As you can see, it did just what I asked. Explained it easy in the Fibonacci sequence, but be careful guys, not all models actually support the voice. So for example, you go with Claude, it's disabled here. So looks like with Claude you have to write manually, but for the other models, especially Gemini 3.1 Pro, which is the newest model and the best model, you can use the voice. The next feature is this. Go to the 3 dots, go to customization, and you will be greeted by rules and workflows. Now, we made a detailed video about it before, but TLDR rules help guide the behavior of the agent. Workflows are basically saved prompts that you can call by using slash. Go to rules, for example, and you can choose whether to make it global or only in this workspace. So that means only in this folder when you open it. So let's go with workspace and for example, give it the name test. Now, the activation mode, you have 4 different options: manual, always on, model decision, and globe. Manual is, manual. Always on is what I recommend. It's always on, especially if you have detailed prompts that improve performance. You have model decision. The model decides whether to use it or not. And finally, we have globe. Globe basically is if it finds a pattern, no matter what it is, you have to specify the pattern, it will use the rule on it. So we go to always on, and for example, the rule that I will set is always write in caps. All right, and if we hit Control S, as you can see, it pops up here. Now we have a rule, and in the workflows, we already created ones, but the same applies. So for example, let's say this, and we give it a description and content. So since we have ones here, we have a workflow that basically says, always say goodbye, subscribe to straight to point, which you should guys. So if we go back here, and we now will see the rules and workflows and actions. So to activate workflow, remember always slash and you will find your workflows and other stuff, but this is the workflow that we want. And remember the rule is always on and it always writes in caps. So if we send this and wait for it to generate, and as you can see, it follows the workflow, which always say goodbye, subscribe to set your point, and the rule is always right in caps. As you see, guys, this is a simple demonstration of the rules and workflows. It's a powerful feature and not a lot of people use it. The next feature relates to the browser. Now, we all know that Antigravity has a browser feature. If you go to the top here, you'll see open browser. If you click on it, pay close attention, it's Chrome. You might think that's it, but no, actually you can use other browsers. If you go to settings, advanced settings, and then go to browser, scroll down a bit, you will see the Chrome binary path. Any browser that's Chromium can be used. For example, Edge, all I have to do is just give it the path to my msedge.exe. I close it and launch that browser again, and as you can see, it's an Edge browser. This is useful. Maybe you have a preferred browser, and that's how you can customize. And also bonus tip, if you go again to advanced settings and you go to models, you can keep track of how much you use your models and when do they refresh. As you can see, most models are used for me and they're gonna refresh and give or take a couple of hours. But this is how you can keep track, alright? The bar is how much you used, and of course, they refreshes and gives you the time. This is a bonus Some people use extensions, but Antigravity has it here for you, so why not use? Next, we got this, the agent manager. So let's open it up and do a scenario. Say you have two projects. Your first instinct is to use it like VS Code. Open this and then open another instinct VS Code, and it's a lot of headache and you have to switch back and forth. So instead, open your agent manager and you open your workspace, open new workspace, find your files that you're gonna work on, that vid, and let's open the second, which is vid2. You might be asking like, yeah, what now? Like, well, if you go to this menu and you see vid1, vid2, select your workspace and for example, build me a calculator in Python. All right, that's for the first one. The second one, I'm gonna tell it, build me a snake game. And if you see, they are working at the same time. This is a huge, because normally you would have gone back and forth, work on this, work on that, work on this, work on that. But now you got them both working at the same time. Each in one you can monitor and follow, just like if you were gonna open separately. So we got the Python calculator, it's finished first. Well, that's obvious. While this is still working, we want to test this out. What do? We go to the vid, the workspace, we go to the three dots and we just press focus editor. This will open the entire editor for this workspace. So we accept all. We open a new terminal, Python calculator.py. Add first number is 1, second number is 2, and we got 3. So this is the calculator. The snake game is actually still going, so we'll check it once it's done. Or yeah, it's done. It's done. Well, since it did it in HTML, we can just open up file. As you can see, vid1 has the calculator file and vid2 has the snake game. So we open this, the difficulty will go easy, or actually will go hard. Initialize the game and as you can see, snake. Yeah, and that's how you can get two agents working on two different projects at the same time using anti-gravity. And finally, guys, the most obvious and subtle feature is the extensions. Now, it doesn't look like VS Code for nothing. This is basically VS Code. You have a lot of extensions. Most of the extensions in VS Code are here. As you can see, if I write Azure, we can get, for example, Azure Functions, Azure Account, Azure Relative. So it even tells you it uses OpenVSX. This is slapped on, guys, because not a lot of people use extensions, and people should, because it offers so much. And also, whatever you can do on VS Code, you can do on this. For example, you can run OpenCode. I ran it before in a video that we made before. So, for example, like this, and we have OpenCode on Antigravity. You can use multiple AI on this. You're not just limited to the agent. So once the agent runs out for you, you're not stuck. You can use a lot of stuff. And that's my last tip, guys. It's obvious, but so many people sleep on it. So I hope you guys find this helpful and see you next time. Goodbye.